Welcome back to our channel, World Coins History. As you knew that old is gold, but these rare States $quarter coins that are most valuable than you think, don't spend one of them. You're lucky if you have one of these, so please watch complete video and find your treasure. Let's start this. Top 1. Today, I have a truly fascinating story for you about a coin that is not just rare but downright legendary, the United States $quarter from the America Samoa series, minted in 2009. If you're passionate about coins or just love the thrill of discovering something extraordinary, then listen up carefully because this coin has a story and a value that might just blow your mind. This particular quarter isn't your everyday change. It comes from the U.S. Mint's 50 State Quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008, followed by the 2009 District of Columbia and U.S. Territories quarters. The America Samoa quarter was part of this final group and quickly became a sought-after piece among collectors. Why? Because of its unique design, limited mintage, and, most importantly, some very special minting errors that make certain coins nearly priceless. Let's start with the design. On the reverse side, the coin features a majestic image of a traditional Samoan ceremonial staff alongside a tapa cloth design and the words, America Samoa. This artwork beautifully represents the rich culture and heritage of the territory, making it not just a coin but a mini work of art. On the obverse side, as with all quarters, you'll find George Washington's profile. Now, while many of these quarters were produced, the true collector's gold lies in the errors. One of the most infamous is the wide rim or wide date error, where the rim around the coin appears noticeably broader than usual, or the numbers in the date are spaced wider apart. There are also known die cracks and double dies that create a ghost, image or doubling effect on the lettering and numbers. These anomalies occur during the minting process due to die wear or misalignment, and they drastically limit the number of coins with these features. How can you identify these errors for yourself? First, use a good magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to closely inspect the rim and the date on the coin. Look for any irregularities like thicker rims, uneven spacing, or doubling effects around the text. Comparing your coin to verified images of error coins online can also help confirm its authenticity. Collectors value these error quarters because they tell a unique story of how coins are made and how tiny minting imperfections can turn an ordinary coin into a rare collectible. The scarcity of these error coins, combined with their intriguing history, makes them incredibly desirable, and that's where the value skyrockets. Speaking of value, here's the jaw-dropping part. Recent auctions have seen these rare America Samoa error quarters sell for prices up to $95,000. Yes, you heard that right, $95,000 for a single quarter. These prices reflect just how much collectors are willing to pay for such a rare find in pristine condition. Remember, condition is everything in coin collecting. A quarter with these errors in uncirculated or mint state condition will command the highest prices. So, if you ever come across an America Samoa quarter with unusual rim thickness, double dies, or die cracks, don't just toss it aside. This might be a once-in-a-lifetime find. Have you ever found a coin like this in your collection, or maybe stumbled upon an error coin that made you stop and take a second look? Drop a comment below and share your story. And if you have questions about identifying or valuing coins, I'm here to help, so don't hesitate to ask. Top 2. I've got an amazing story that's going to catch the attention of every coin lover out there. We're diving deep into the fascinating world of the United States $quarter, specifically the Indiana quarter from 2002. This might seem like just another coin from the popular 50 State Quarter series, but trust me, this one hides some incredible secrets that make it highly valuable and sought after by collectors around the globe. So listen closely and enjoy the ride because this could change how you see your coin collection forever. First, a little background. The Indiana quarter was released in 2002 as part of the second wave of the 50 State Quarters program. It features an iconic design, a young Abraham Lincoln, reflecting Indiana's rich connection to one of America's greatest presidents, alongside a soaring Indy race car celebrating the famous Indianapolis 500. This design captures the spirit and pride of the Hoosier state beautifully, making it popular among collectors right from the start. But what really sets certain 2002 Indiana quarters apart isn't the design itself, it's the rare errors and unique features that some coins from this year possess. These errors aren't just small anomalies, they are fascinating minting mistakes that create coins of immense value and appeal. One of the most notable errors is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin blank doesn't align properly under the minting press, causing part of the design to be missing or shifted dramatically. Imagine a quarter where Lincoln's face or the race car is cut off or partially visible. That's an off-center strike, and it's incredibly rare in the Indiana 2002 quarters. The more severe the misalignment, the rarer and more valuable the coin. Another intriguing error is the double die variety. This occurs when the coin is struck twice or more by a misaligned die, creating a shadow or doubling effect on the text or images, especially visible around the words Indiana or the year 2002. Identifying double dies requires a keen eye and sometimes magnification, but the payoff can be huge for collectors. There are also some examples of die cracks on this quarter, fine raised lines caused by a cracked die during the minting process. These cracks can run across the design or lettering and give the coin a one-of-a-kind look. Collectors love die cracks because they're clear evidence of the minting process's imperfections, making each cracked coin a unique collectible. So, how do you spot these errors yourself? Start with a good magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. Check the edges of the design, are they complete or cut off? Look carefully at the date and lettering for any doubling or strange shadows. And examine the surface for any raised lines or cracks that don't match the rest of the coin. It's all about the details. Why do these errors make the Indiana 2002 quarter so rare and valuable? Well, for starters, the mint produces millions of regular quarters, but only a tiny fraction end up with these minting mistakes. That scarcity, combined with the high demand among collectors who love these anomalies, drives the price way up. And here's where it gets really exciting. Recent auction sales have shown that certain error coins of the 2002 Indiana quarter have sold for prices as high as $65,000. Yes, $65,000 for a single quarter. This just shows how powerful rarity and condition can be in the world of coin collecting. Of course, condition matters tremendously. An off-center strike or double die in uncirculated or mint state condition will fetch far more than one that's worn or damaged. So, if you happen to come across one of these special Indiana quarters, consider having it professionally graded by services like PCGS or NGC. This can validate its authenticity and maximize its value. Have you ever found an error coin like this in your own collection? Or maybe you've spotted something unusual on a quarter and wondered what it might be? Drop your experiences and questions in the comments below. I'd love to hear your stories and help you figure out what you might have. Top 3. I'm about to take you on a fascinating journey into the world of US coins with a very special spotlight on the 2007 United States quarter dollar, yes, the Washington quarter from that year. It's one of those coins you might have seen in your pocket or your change jar, but trust me, some of these quarters hide incredible secrets that make them insanely valuable. So listen up carefully, because what you're about to learn could turn your everyday coin collection into a goldmine. The 2007 Washington quarter is part of the classic series that honors George Washington, America's first president, a coin design that has been around for decades with slight variations. While most of these quarters are pretty common and usually worth their face value, a handful from 2007 have become extremely rare due to some fascinating minting errors and unique characteristics that collectors absolutely drool over. Now, what kind of errors are we talking about? The most notable is the off-center strike error. Imagine a coin where the design is pushed so far off the center that part of Washington's profile or the inscriptions are cut off or missing entirely. This kind of error happens when the coin blank is not properly aligned during the minting process, making each off-center strike coin unique. No two are exactly the same. The severity of the misalignment can vary, and the more dramatic the shift, the more valuable the coin is to collectors. Another eye-catching error found on some 2007 Washington quarters is the double die variety. This means that the coin was struck twice with a slight misalignment during the minting process, creating a doubled image effect on the lettering or numbers. For this quarter, the doubling can often be seen on the word Liberty, the date 2007, or even In God We Trust. This doubling isn't always obvious to the naked eye, so a magnifying glass or loupe is a must-have for spotting these subtle but incredibly valuable flaws. There's also the rare, clipped planchet error. This happens when a coin blank is improperly cut before it's struck, leaving a noticeable clip or missing section on the edge of the coin. These clips can vary in size and location but always make the coin stand out as an unusual and collectible piece. So how can you spot these rare errors on your own? Start by examining your quarters under a magnifier, paying special attention to the alignment of the design on the coin and the clarity of the text. Look for any parts of the design that seem missing, doubled, or distorted. Compare your findings with verified images of known error coins online or from trusted numismatic resources. If you find something that looks off, consider having it evaluated by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They can confirm authenticity and assign a grade, which can significantly increase its market value. Collectors prize these errors because they are tangible mistakes made in the production process, and scarcity is king in the coin world. Millions of Washington quarters were minted in 2007, but only a tiny fraction have these rare and intriguing errors, making them highly desirable. To put the value into perspective, recent auctions have seen some of these error-filled 2007 Washington quarters sell for jaw-dropping prices, going as high as $60,000. Yes, $60,000 for a single quarter. This kind of premium shows just how powerful rarity, condition, and unique minting quirks are when it comes to coin collecting. Have you ever stumbled upon an error coin like this in your collection? Or maybe you've spotted something unusual on a quarter and wondered if it's valuable? Drop a comment below and share your experiences or questions. I'd love to help you uncover the mysteries behind your coins. Top 4. I'm bringing you a fascinating story about one of the most intriguing quarters from the United States Mints America the Beautiful series, the 2013 Fort Mckenry quarter dollar. If you think quarters are just pocket change, think again. This particular coin holds a secret that has captivated collectors and numismatists worldwide, and by the end of this video, you'll understand why some versions of this quarter can be worth a fortune. So, sit back, listen carefully, and enjoy the deep dive into the rare world of Fort Mckenry quarters. The Fort Mckenry quarter was released in 2013 as part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, which honors national parks and historic sites across the country. Fort Mckenry, located in Baltimore, Maryland, is famous for its pivotal role during the War of 1812, inspiring the writing of the U.S. national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner. The reverse design of this coin beautifully captures the fort's star-shaped walls and the American flag flying proudly above it. While millions of these quarters were minted and circulated, what makes the 2013 Fort Mckenry quarter special isn't just its design, but the rare errors that some coins exhibit. Errors that can make a huge difference in value for collectors. One of the most sought-after errors for this coin is the double die variety. This occurs when the coin's die, the metal stamp used to strike the coin, has a misalignment or defect, causing the design or lettering to appear doubled. On the Fort Mckenry quarter, collectors often look for doubling around the inscriptions such as Fort Mckenry, Maryland, or even the date. These doubled images can sometimes look like ghostly shadows or echoes, and they add a striking visual effect to the coin. Spotting a double die requires a keen eye or a magnifying glass, but once identified, these coins are instantly more valuable. Another rare and fascinating error is the off-center strike. This error happens when the coin blank doesn't line up properly under the die before being struck, causing part of the design to be missing or pushed off the coin's surface. With the Fort Mckenry quarter, an off-center strike can result in part of the fort star shape or the American flag being cut off, which makes each coin unique. The more severe the off-center strike, the rarer and more valuable the coin becomes. Collectors also look out for die cracks on the Fort Mckenry quarters, thin raised lines that form when the die used to strike the coin develops cracks over time. These cracks show up as irregular lines across the coin's surface, adding character and rarity since no two cracked dies produce identical patterns. Now, you might wonder, how do you identify these errors on your own coins? First, get a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. It's the essential tool for any serious collector. Carefully examine the inscriptions and the central design on the coin. Look for any doubling on the letters or numbers, irregularities in the shape of the fort or flag, and any raised lines that don't match the overall design. If something looks off, compare your coin with official images from numismatic databases or trusted collector forums. And remember, condition matters. Well-preserved coins with clear errors are always more valuable. So, why are these errors so rare and valuable? It comes down to scarcity. While millions of Fort Mckenry quarters were minted, only a tiny fraction carry these errors. Combine that rarity with high collector demand, and the value of these error coins can skyrocket. To give you some perspective, recent auctions have seen exceptional 2013 Fort Mckenry quarters with these rare mint errors sell for prices as high as $59,000. That's right, $59,000 for a single quarter. These sales highlight the incredible power of rarity, condition, and unique minting mistakes in the coin collecting world. Have you ever found a coin with similar errors in your collection? Maybe you spotted something strange on a quarter and wondered if it's valuable? Share your experiences in the comments below. I'm eager to hear your stories and help you discover the potential worth of your coins. Top 5. I'm bringing you an exciting and detailed look at a coin that might just be hiding in your pocket or coin jar without you even knowing. The 2015 United States quarter dollar featuring Bombay Hook National Wildlife Refuge. But this isn't just any quarter. Some versions of this coin are incredibly rare and can be worth a small fortune. So, pay close attention, because you don't want to miss what makes this coin so special and potentially game-changing for your collection. The 2015 Bombay Hook Quarter is part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, which highlights national parks and historic sites across the U.S. Bombay Hook National Wildlife Refuge, located in Delaware, is known for its beautiful wetlands and rich wildlife, which is perfectly captured in the coin's design. The reverse side of this quarter shows a striking scene of a great blue heron standing amidst marsh grasses, a tribute to the refuge's natural beauty. Now, while millions of these quarters were minted and circulated, there's a select few that have become the holy grail for collectors due to rare minting errors and unique features that are extremely difficult to find. Let me break down what makes these 2015 Bombay Hook quarters so special. First up, the off-center strike error. This is a classic minting mishap where the coin blank wasn't properly centered during the strike. The result? A quarter where part of the design, sometimes the heron or parts of the inscription, is noticeably missing or pushed off the coin's surface. The degree of off-centering can vary. Some are subtle, but others are dramatic, with large portions of the design absent. The more off-center the strike, the rarer and more valuable the coin. These off-center strikes are fascinating because every one is unique, making each coin a one-of-a-kind collectible. Next, we have the double die error. This occurs when the coin is struck more than once with a misaligned die, causing a doubled image effect on lettering or design elements. On the Bombay Hook quarter, look closely at the inscriptions such as Bombay Hook, Delaware, or the date 2015. Doubling might appear as shadow-like duplicates of the letters or numbers. Sometimes it's easy to spot, other times, you'll need a magnifying glass to see it clearly. Double die errors are highly sought after because they are proof of minting anomalies that collectors prize for their rarity and visual appeal. Another interesting feature some Bombay Hook quarters display are die cracks, thin raised lines caused by cracks in the minting die. These cracks form unique patterns and add another layer of rarity to the coin, since no two cracked dies create the same pattern. If you want to hunt for these errors yourself, start by grabbing a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe and carefully inspecting your 2015 Bombay Hook quarters. Pay close attention to the design's alignment and the clarity of the lettering. Look for any doubling effects, missing parts of the design, or strange raised lines that don't belong. If something catches your eye, compare it to images of verified error coins on trusted numismatic sites or collector forums to get a better idea if your find is valuable. Condition also plays a crucial role in the coin's value. A coin with these errors but heavily worn or damaged will not fetch the same price as one that's crisp, clean, and uncirculated. So, always consider the grade and overall condition when assessing value. Let's talk numbers. You might be wondering just how valuable these error coins can be. Believe it or not, recent auctions have seen some of these rare 2015 Bombay Hook error quarters sell for prices as high as $58,000. That's right, $58,000 for a single quarter. This staggering price is a testament to how much collectors value rarity, condition, and those fascinating minting quirks that make each coin truly unique. Have you ever stumbled upon an error coin like this? Or maybe you're curious if some of your quarters might hold hidden value? Drop a comment below and share your stories or questions. I'm here to help you discover if you might be sitting on a rare treasure. Top 6. We're diving deep into a coin that often flies under the radar but can be worth a staggering amount, the 2001 United States quarter dollar from Vermont. This quarter is part of the classic 50-state quarter series, but there's more to it than just the charming design. If you're a collector or just curious about coins, listen closely, because this coin has some incredible stories behind it that could make it a true gem in your collection. The 2001 Vermont Quarter features the iconic image of a cow standing in front of a maple tree, symbolizing Vermont's rich agricultural heritage and famous maple syrup production. It's a beautiful tribute to the state's identity and a favorite among many collectors due to its detailed design and historical significance. While millions of these quarters were minted and circulated, what really sets certain Vermont quarters apart, and what can make them worth a fortune, are the rare minting errors and unique variations that occurred during production. These errors are what collectors dream of finding because they turn an ordinary quarter into a highly sought-after collector's piece. One of the key errors to watch for on the 2001 Vermont Quarter is the infamous double die error. This happens when the coin is struck twice but with a slight misalignment, causing parts of the design or lettering to appear doubled. On the Vermont Quarter, you want to look closely at the inscriptions like Vermont, the year, 2001, and phrases like E pluribus unum. This doubling effect can sometimes be subtle, almost like a shadow, or it can be more pronounced, making the coin instantly recognizable and highly valuable. Another rare error to keep an eye out for is the off-center strike. This minting mishap happens when the blank coin isn't perfectly aligned during striking, resulting in a design that's shifted off the center. You might notice parts of the cow or the maple tree missing or cut off. The more extreme the off-center strike, the rarer the coin, and the more it's worth to collectors. Die cracks are also a fascinating feature found on some Vermont quarters. These are tiny raised lines caused by cracks developing in the minting dies over time. Each crack creates a unique pattern on the coin's surface, which can significantly boost its collector appeal and value. So, how do you identify if your Vermont quarter has any of these rare features? First, grab a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. These tools are essential for spotting the fine details and subtle errors. Inspect the lettering closely for doubling effects, check the alignment of the design for any off-center strikes, and look for raised lines or unusual marks that could be die cracks. Comparing your coin to verified error images from trusted numismatic resources or collector groups can also help confirm if you have a rare find. Condition is crucial when assessing value. Coins that are well preserved, with minimal wear and sharp details, fetch much higher prices than those that are heavily circulated. So, a clean Vermont quarter with one of these rare errors can become a collector's dream. Now, let's talk about real-world value. Recent auctions have shocked the numismatic community by selling some of these rare 2001 Vermont era quarters for jaw-dropping prices, up to $76,000. That's right, $76,000 for a single quarter. These figures show just how powerful rarity, condition, and those fascinating minting quirks can be in turning a simple coin into a prized possession. Have you ever stumbled upon an error coin like this? Or maybe you're curious about other coins in your collection that might hold hidden value? Share your stories and questions in the comments below. I'd love to help you uncover the treasures in your own coin collection. Top 7 and last unique coin. We're zooming in on a very special quarter, the 2006 North Dakota quarter from the US 50-state quarter series. On the surface, it might look like just another coin, but trust me, this one hides some extraordinary secrets that could make it incredibly valuable. So, grab your magnifying glasses and listen closely, because this video might change the way you see your coin collection forever. The 2006 North Dakota quarter beautifully captures the spirit of the state with its iconic design, the famous American bison standing proud on the rolling plains of the Badlands. This image is not only a tribute to North Dakota's natural heritage but also a symbol of strength and endurance. Millions of these quarters were minted and circulated, making them seem common, But here's where it gets interesting. What makes the 2006 North Dakota quarter a coveted gem among collectors is the existence of rare minting errors and unique characteristics that occur only in a very small number of coins. These errors can dramatically increase the coin's value and turn an ordinary quarter into a prized collectible point. One of the most eye-catching errors to look for on this quarter is the off-center strike. This error occurs when the coin blank is not properly centered during the minting process, causing part of the design to be missing or shifted off the edge. For the North Dakota quarter, an off-center strike might cut off part of the bison or even the inscriptions like North Dakota or the year 2006. The severity of the off-centering directly impacts the coin's rarity and value. Extreme off-center strikes are rare and highly desirable. Another fascinating mint error to hunt for is the double die. This happens when the coin is struck more than once, but with slight misalignment. The result is a doubling effect visible on the letters, numbers, or parts of the design. On the North Dakota quarter, this doubling often appears around the words, North Dakota, the year, 2006, or the phrase, e pluribus unum. Sometimes the doubling is subtle, requiring a magnifying glass to see, but when it's pronounced, it instantly makes the coin stand out and soar in value. Die cracks are another error that collectors love. These are raised lines on the coin caused by tiny cracks in the mint die used to strike the coin. They can appear anywhere on the coin's surface, often creating unique, one-of-a-kind patterns. Die cracks on the North Dakota quarter add character and rarity, making those coins especially appealing to serious collectors. Identifying these errors is a skill that every coin enthusiast should develop. The best way to start is by using a jeweler's loupe or magnifying glass and carefully inspecting your 2006 North Dakota quarters. Look closely at the edges of the design, the lettering, and the date. Pay special attention to any doubling, misalignment, or unusual raised lines. Comparing your findings to verified images and descriptions on trusted numismatic websites or forums can help confirm if you've discovered a rare error. Condition is crucial when it comes to value. A quarter with these rare errors that's also in excellent, uncirculated condition will fetch a much higher price than a worn or damaged coin. So, always factor in the overall quality and preservation of your coin when assessing its worth. Now, you're probably wondering, how much can these rare 2006 North Dakota quarters actually be worth? Recent auction results have been truly eye-opening. Some of the most spectacular error coins from this year and design have sold for prices reaching $65,000. That's right, $65,000 for a single quarter. This incredible valuation highlights the powerful combination of rarity, condition, and unique minting quirks that make these coins so coveted in the collector community. Have you ever found a North Dakota quarter with unusual features? Or maybe you're curious if your coins might have hidden value? I'd love to hear your stories and answer any questions you have, so drop a comment below and let's chat about your collections. Thanks so much for watching this deep dive into the fascinating world of the 2006 North Dakota quarter. If you enjoyed learning about this coin and want to discover more rare and valuable pieces, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a future video. Until next time, keep your eyes sharp, treasure your coins, and happy collecting.